Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll be your host. My name is Luckyme on the check-in, and this is the Breakfast Club in Elmira. And today, my first guest on episode 1 is Captain Obvious or whatever. We're going to be talking about hood politics and the things that's been going on and his interesting perspective on things. Welcome to the show, sir.
What's going on, Luckyme? How you doing?
Yes. Now, people that's not really familiar with you, you want to give them a little bit about your background and how did you got into these conspiracy theories and things that may or may not be true?
All right. So basically, I am from the Corning, Horseheads, Elmira area. I basically was born and raised around here. And technically, I've been into politics really majorly in the past, I want to say ever since 9/11, ever since the World Trade Centers and that false flag operation that actually was an excuse to go into Afghanistan and grab up the opium fields. That's what that war was about.
All right, well,
not Bin Laden.
for my viewers, can you let them know how old you are so they can, let people know?
I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 this year.
Very young man.
Yep.
Okay.
I have never had a history of mental illness, nothing like that. I've always had a strong head on my shoulders. I've always thought for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, not sorry to cut you off, but we've got numerous emails for episode 1 to get you on the show. The amount of emails were overwhelming, and so I decided to get you on the show. And I just want to kind of know, recently there was a shooting down in Florida. What's your take on that? And I read your vlog, and you had an interesting comparison as far as the Sandy Hook and
right.
You want to tell the people?
Yes. Okay. So these recent shootings, I'm talking about this most recent one, the Orlando, Florida one, and then you have the San Bernardino, California, and that one. Then before that, I can't quite remember what was before that one, but there has been quite a few purposely being done. And actually what they are is, they call them a PSYOP. Basically a psychological operation. Basically, in other words, mind control.
Okay.
Alright, and our TVs in our homes are actually the biggest and worst enemy that is being used against us to mind control.
It makes sense. You read something where you broke down television, tell lies through vision, and stuff like that.
Yep, exactly.
When you talk about control, are you talking about control? Obviously, you control the mind through television. Are you talking about you had something to talk about gun control? You want to elaborate a little bit about that?
Yes. So basically, what they're trying to do is mind control everybody into thinking that our society is going crazy, that our society can't be, responsible with firearms, even though this country was made because, our freedoms and liberties, we need our Second Amendment. If they do take our Second Amendment, we're not going to be able to fight off this tyrannical government. Actually, it's not even the government. They're actually working for the globalists, for these people that actually do run things. We live in an oligarchy system right now. An oligarchy system is basically where the the corporations own the government.
And do that coincide with martial law?
Yes.
Martial law?
Basically, these corporations are in it for corporate needs, not our civil needs. So basically what they're trying to do is...
It's all about money.
Yes, it's all about... Listen, this is the new modern slavery. People don't understand. Just because we aren't behind bars or chains and in shackles, or we're not out in fields or anything like that, that doesn't mean anything. They have used us as what you want to call free slaves. We pay taxes to them. They use our taxes to whatever they would like to. And I mean whether it comes to science, when it comes to their military, their underground cities, that's true too. Don't think that's bullcrap, because that is true. They do have underground, they're actually called DUMBs, deep underground military bases. And they go for miles, Lucky. Miles.
Now.
And they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, man.
So obviously they're preparing for something.
Yes.
We got the election going. It's looking like it's Donald versus Hillary. Let's start to cut you off. But before we go into that, I read something as well where you spoke upon, you had a video talking about the KKK and the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay.
And you were stating the fact that it's pretty much the same. Now listen, my viewers, they're gonna watch and they're gonna be like, what is he talking about? How can you compare the KKK to the Black Lives Matter? Speak out.
All right, so you got this is crazy, okay? It does sound crazy, but it's just the way that our government is placing seeds into our society, so that way we fight amongst each other. All right, years ago, and yes, it is the Democratic Party that did create the KKK. All right, now we even had some of our politicians in the head of the KKK, just like today.
But how could you compare that to the Black Lives Matter movement?
Because it is made by the same party, even though both of the parties are. It's an illusion of choice. We don't have a choice.
Now we're talking about the Democratic or the Republican
and Republican. They're both owned by the globalists. All right. Technically, they are both made by the same party, by the same people. All right. All right. Just like how, the KKK, white power, white power, white power. Okay, that's wrong to me. All right. Okay. I'm very, very against racism, bullying, all that crap. You know what I'm saying? So then when these people come out and they build a Black Lives Matter, that's almost just like saying black power, black power, black power, instead of saying white power, white power.
So pretty much what you're saying is that
they're trying to get us fighting amongst each other. They want a race war. Actually, they're trying many different ways. They're trying to get Christians against Muslims. They're trying to get blacks against whites. They're trying to get straights against gays.
But if in America, aren't we allowed to create groups if we're not causing violence and disruption? Isn't that part of the amendment as far as we should be able to make a group? If I wanted to start a green group, or a Lucky Me group, and
you used to be able to. But you want to know what, Lucky Me? Now these days, it is illegal for you to capture rainwater. You want to know why? Because they put stuff in our water to dumb us down. Stuff that actually Adolf Hitler used back when he was slaughtering Jews. And it's called the fluoridation of water. It's not the actual fluoride that is naturally made.
So do all this have something to do with the shortage of water? And I believe
actually they can actually listen. They're crazy. The technology that is being held from our eyes, that is actually being leaked out now, they can actually make it to where if they wanted a region to suffer from a drought and die off from water, they can make that happen. They can just make it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, we're talking about Illuminati. We're talking about all these different things. Do you think that the KKK should be arrested? Like, should that group not exist?
It should not exist. It should never have been created in the first place. But now, what everybody needs to understand is that this psychological operation on the American society has been going on for decades. I mean, for a long time, probably ever since the KKK was ever even thought of. All right, that was then to try to get people to
fight against each other.
To the race war back then.
Which creates the
right, and if you actually get technical, and I'm not a gang associate, but that's where the Bloods came in. The Bloods were actually created to help the actual African American race from being killed or slaughtered from prejudiced white people. That's what the Bloods were actually created for.
Okay.
Not
right now.
They twisted that up. You see what I'm saying? They twisted it up from an East and West Coast war.
If you had to pick right now, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Bernie, whatever.
Bernie's out.
Obviously Bernie's out, but you know, if you had Donald or Hillary, who would you pick? And if you was the president of the United States, because I just got to win. All right, we gotta wrap it up. But if you had a choice to pick one, and if you was the president of the United States, what would you say to the public people? Speak out.
All right, so I don't care what anyone says. Donald Trump, he says a lot of things that even George Washington himself would say. I mean, what is so wrong with closing our borders and not letting illegals coming into our country? That's almost like building a house and saying, hell with it, don't put front doors on it. Do you want people that you don't know walking up in your home and taking your precious items? That's technically what an open border is.
Well, are you aware that, you know, the jobs that us Americans don't want to work and take, are you aware that these are the people who do these jobs, from hotels, the cleaning, the construction, the low labor that helps the chain move? How you feel about that? Speak out.
All right, so actually that's what these corporations want. They want people like the illegals that will work for 10 cents on the dollar instead of minimum wage, where it's the law. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, of course the corporations are going to be like, hey, yeah, bring all these illegals in, because then we can just pay them 10 cents an hour. You see what I'm saying? That's all this is about, is fucking money, dude. That's all it's about, and it's disgusting.
And you as a president, you got 30 seconds to say whatever you want to the American public. What would you say?
What would I say?
Speak out.
I would make everything that is supposed to be secretly held from the public, I would make that revealed. I would have it revealed. Everything. I'm talking, this might sound crazy, but it's not, and there's a lot of proof, but they have been at war with extraterrestrials for over 30, 40 years, and they have been blowing them out of the sky to back engineer the technology. I mean, think about it. Do we have a computer, a TV, a phone, all in one device within 10, 15 years? Come on. There's something behind that. You see what I'm saying? Technology jumped drastically in the past 10, 15 years. Crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is Captain Obvious. You Google them, you look them up.
Go ahead and find me on... I run a news page. It's called American Pride, One Nation, Under God, Liberty, Freedom, and Justice for All.
All right. I'm Luckyme, episode 1. Breakfast Club in Elmira. You want to contact me, Snapchat, Dingymad, DINGYA, MAD. Hit me up on Facebook, Luckyme. Episode 2 coming. You guys have a good day. And when people try to muzzle you and cover your mouth, all Luckyme wants you to do, speak out.